Cory is out in the newsroom with Glam's founder and CEO, Samir Arora. Cory?
Yeah, Emily, it's one of those stories that you look at the numbers and you see where this company charts, and a lot of people scratch their heads. What is Glam Media? So, Samir, what is Glam Media?
Glam Media is a company that's focused on bringing the largest audience of digital consumers together around lifestyle. So what we do is we have over 2,000 websites on all kinds of topics in lifestyle.
So is the goal to create a platform for advertisers that don't have it now?
Yeah, the goal is really to build a platform for advertisers that have traditionally advertised in media but don't know how to really go to digital.
What media?
So it could be print, magazines, it could be television.
So again,
daytime.
if you're focused on lifestyle, you're focused on basically Condé Nast kind of things. The people who used to spend vast fortunes filling up pages of Vogue, you want to bring them online somewhere.
Yeah, the trend that Glam was founded in Silicon Valley on was we noticed that the way consumers were using content on digital, which was first with computers and laptops and now with iPads and mobile devices, was actually very different than the way you read magazines or watched TV. So, coming from Apple, we were very, very focused on following the consumer change and what a consumer wants.
Well, when we talked about Apple on the show, I think the clearest comp is AOL. It's very interesting because AOL has this strategy, but underneath the dial-up business, of acquiring websites, Huffington Post most famous among them, trying to put together sort of verticals that might get advertised into. Why are you picking these types of businesses instead of the ones that AOL's gone after?
So I think fundamentally we are very, very different than AOL or Yahoo in the following way. They both came from a background of a portal, and as we remember in Web 1.0, consumers didn't know what to do. So if you wanted to know where maps were or email, you went to a portal. Their businesses evolved from that of a portal to sending you into other areas of content. And AOL has one strategy, Yahoo has other strategies of how.
Well, that's my question is, what's different between your strategy and AOL's?
So, unlike them, we were founded on a premise that in about 7 years ago, this new phenomenon of social media was starting. And in social media, consumers, instead of going to portals, were actually going to what their friends or other influentials were saying. That completely fragmented the web.
So you were imagining a business with lots more websites, with smaller audiences but like-minded audiences?
Exactly. The trend we saw was if you look at Facebook and Glam's phenomenal growth in reach, Facebook reaches people because you have a profile, and your profile then attracts other friends as a social map. Right. Glam reaches people because consumers go to thousands of small websites and not only read content, they actually consume the content, but they interact with people. So they will write blog comments, etc. on those things. So these are like mini social websites aggregated together. Exactly right.
So you guys have done a lot of acquisitions. You've acquired so many companies that have contributed to your growth. How do you value those acquisitions? Are you paying straight cash? Are you giving cash and stock when you do that?
Yeah, we typically favor doing stock deals with some cash. I think for us that's worked well because that also gets the coming in team to really believe in the joint company that they're going to be a part of.
It incentivizes them to continue to do their good job.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you about the thing that always bugged me when I was an investor was companies that would not break out the difference between organic and inorganic growth when they had these deals set up. So the entrepreneurs who sold their company, the accounting's there. They know what the difference growth is. Do you break that out internally when you look at your business of organic and inorganic growth?
Sure. We're a private company, so we have a very, very strong dashboard of financial metrics that I run the company with my team, the executive team. And so what I look at is both the new sources of content and traffic, so journalists, editors, and authors, so we track those numbers. We look at how many sites are there and growing, and then we also look at actually how the usage of the consumer is growing in terms of time spent, organic and new, of course.
Well, now let me ask you about the advertising world, because advertising has always been the canary in the coal mine for the economy. We've had some very mixed signals, even in the last day, from Demand Media, something of a competitor, and from AOL, saying different things about what they're hearing about advertising. Reach Local also talking about softness in the advertising business. What kind of softness, if any, are you seeing right now?
We really follow a much different macro trend. So if you know the story of Glam, during the recession, we did not see a slowdown, which was very unusual. So we're called an outlier largely because, even our softest quarters continuously for the last 4 years have always been positive. As the recession came to an end in Q4, of last year, we started to see actually our growth rates accelerate even more.
So what's happened in the last 10, 12 weeks?
So Q1 and Q2, and especially in the last two, let's say last 2 months of this quarter, we have not seen any softness in our business at all.
Why? That's very different than what other people are talking about.
I think because so let's start from the top. Ultimately, people are worried about advertising as a market because it follows GDP, right? And GDP follows the general state of the economy. The trend that Glam and people like Facebook and a few others outliers are following is there's actually a bigger trend of advertising dollars coming to digital.
Right.
And the actual amount of that is so much larger than the economic downturn. Absolutely.
Okay. We'll get you back and get some more later. It's
absolutely.
Good stuff. All right. Really appreciate it. Samir Arora, CEO and founder of Glam Media.